Gomez, Eric, Chile Super Eagles coach, has said that Nigeria's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier draw with South Africa on Tuesday was a good result. And then now we are going to see if that's actually a good result. Chile spoke to reporters at a post-match interview after the game at the Free State Stadium. William Trans-Ekon's on goal gave Bafana the lead in the 22nd minute, but Kelvin Bassey equalized for the Super Eagles before the halftime. Both teams failed to score in the second half as the match ended in a draw after normal time. Chile's side are in their position with third position with 11 points with 2 games left, while South Africa and Benin Republic have 17 and 16 points respectively. Wow. So looking at this now, you watched the game, David. What is your honest assessment about the game?
I think the coach is talking rubbish. To be in all honesty, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but that's rubbish. A good result. It's not a good result. It might be a performance of half fight, but it wasn't a good result. It would have been a good result at the start of the qualifiers, or maybe in the middle, where you say you go to a difficult ground and you take away or run away with a 1-1 draw. Maybe not at this crucial stage. Nigeria needed to win the game. The manner in which we started the game was abysmal. The starting lineup was faulty, as usual. What of the Tolu guy, you know, who who has that same hunger, like we saw, when he came on, to replace. And then why start with Dessers? For 45 minutes he was missing. For 45 minutes he was missing. Let's say the truth.
Yeah, Cyril was missing for the first 45
And then now he's been made the scapegoat by the Nigerian Football Federation in writing with the release they released on their email. He's made the scapegoat as if he's the cause of our failures in this qualifiers. Dessers is not the cause. Yes, yesterday he went missing because for the physical side of the game, the movement side of the game, he wasn't there or thereabout. Tolu, for me, would have started or should have started. When he came on in the second half, we saw that bright spark. He easily set things up and could easily have scored. Then why didn't he start the guy? Eric Chell coming in, as the coach, I've observed that he tinkers a lot, with his starting 11 and doesn't get it right when starting players. Yeah, in the middle of games he may try to do something, but too little, too late. So coming out to say it was a good result is rubbish talk, in my opinion. I think Nigeria, we are done for. We are done for, to tell you. Not going to for 2 World Cups is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for everyone who is in the ecosystem. I was talking to some guy and he said, yes, it made them not even go to the World Cup so that they will not go and be sharing dollars and carrying concubines around. I think it's difficult and a bitter pill to swallow that we are not attended, or we are not going to be attending the last 2 World Cup finals. It's crazy. Do you know how much we are going to be missing? We are going to be missing out billions of dollars or millions of dollars by FIFA. This is money that would have helped in the development of our football. Development of our football from the grassroots. FIFA forward money, other money given to players, setting up things here and there just to build. But we are not there. And who says we will qualify for the upcoming versions of the FIFA World Cup? FIFA World Cups are not easy to qualify. You have to do everything possible during the qualification stage to ensure that you qualify. Now we're talking about the state of the pitch at the Free State Stadium in Bloemfontein. When this pitch, was made known by FIFA or whatever, why didn't Nigeria, I don't know the state of the pitch when it was assigned that this pitch was going to hold the qualification game. I don't know if the state has changed much. But when they knew about it, why didn't they say, we will not play on this pitch, you have to change and take us to a proper venue? South Africa has got loads of good pitches there in SC. Nigeria could have played. We didn't protest about it. These are the major things, the Football Federation or the National Sports Commission should say, okay, you the NFL, you have to do this, you have to do this. These are the majors and not minor things like hounding media who is criticizing you or looking out to say the media should be focused. Media should be focused on what? Is it the media that is going to enter the field and play football? We are not going to play football. We're only there to observe. We're only there to look at things that are not going well and point it out to you. It's for you to take correction. But as far as I'm concerned, the state of Nigerian football is in disarray. Leave all this paparazzi you're seeing on camera, on social media, on TikTok, on Snapchat, or content creation. Those are nonsense. The main thing that is happening is that our football is degenerating. Our football is in disarray. Our football needs an iron fist. We need to bring something back, which is not happening at the moment.
Okay.
The state of our football is completely collapsing.
Yes, you know, we've seen the trajectory of coaches coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Do you think that the problem is with the administrative body instead of the players?
It has to be. You cannot tell me Alex Iwobi, Samuel Chukwueze, Calvin Bassey, Victor Osimhen. These are players that are playing their trade with top sides in Europe.
Yes.
They play in week and they are playing well. When these guys are playing against Man United, you see the whole world is watching them. They play well. Technically, they are gifted. They are good passers of the ball. They dribble very well. So why is it that when they come to Nigeria, they cannot play? Can't we assemble one person who could lead these charges and say, come, this is how we can do this, and do this better?
Yeah.
How many coaches have we changed since Gennett Rowe? I can count it. I think it's about 7 or 8 with a Guavon in between coming in. How does that help our team? I said this before. It doesn't help us in any way. This is catastrophe. Catastrophe. People have got, in another climate, in another world, people should have left their jobs. Honestly. And then I don't understand where people have been in for investigation, for financial misappropriation, for financial issues, and are still given leadership position to lead our football and take them forward. I can't imagine this. This is preposterous.
Well, let's look at it. Those are actually very, very challenging concerns now to look at. But now let's talk about the South African side. They've been playing all of their games at home, literally. Like, they play their away games at home, they play their home games at home. Do you think that gave them an edge, an advantage?
Obviously. And who wouldn't take that? Who wouldn't take that? If I say bring games to my home and then let me play home away from home, of course I would love that. This is a chance where Nigeria should have used their, in quotes, giant of Africa to say, FIFA, come, we do not or CAF, we don't like this, we don't want this. There are other venues that are closer across the South African hemisphere.
Yeah.
They don't have Lesotho, Zimbabwe, they don't have to play their games in South Africa. But we kept short. We have people who say they are tops in FIFA, they are tops in this, they are tops in this. But when the issues are here, threadbare on the table, you don't see them coming to the rescue of Nigeria. All you see is photo ops. With the big guys, with the FIFA president, with the CAF president, all you see is photo ops. When it comes to issues like this, you don't hear their voice. They get missing. And now the issue of South Africa with the ineligible player, I continue to say it. Where have you seen people who are pushing? They'll say, hey, we are doing things underground. We are doing it. You don't have to shout. You don't have to shout about what? You don't have to shout about what. This is our destiny in our hands. If South Africa were deducted this point, psychologically it's going to play in their head.
Yes.
Yeah, that they've lost 3 points and 3 goals. And we could go in and maybe even have a chance. It's very difficult. From where I sit, I don't see our football moving forward. From where I sit, I don't want to say sports in general. Because yes, I know we've had some light here and there in sports. And then don't make any mistake about it. The recent, success we've achieved in sports, let no one come and tell you we attribute it to this and that, or to this or this, or to this and that. The Tigers have been winning before.
Yes, they have.
Our Super Falcons have been winning before. So all the celebrations you're seeing, this and that, the NSA has changed. They've changed nothing. These Tigers have been winning before. Super Falcons have been winning before. Yes, maybe the last one or the last 2 editions in Morocco, it didn't really go well for them. But they went there now, and righted the wrongs. They've been winning before. So let's not attribute any success to anyone. Nobody brought anything. And I'll continue to say, birds of a feather flock together.
Okay, now let's talk about Eric quickly now. Do you think Eric has what it takes to actually manage the team? Or do you think he's just being politically inclined? He was just appointed based on the fact that some political individuals within the NFF actually want, someone that they can be able to, push around and tell who I need to be on the team and who I don't need to be on the team. Do you think he has the quality? Don't we have Nigerian coaches who can be able to take care of this team? We saw what Austin Eguavoen did.
Let me talk about quality first. I think Eric is still a growing coach. You could see it in game management here and there. Yes, he has his ability to change things around and say, okay, I didn't really do well here, but let me change it around very quickly and achieve. He's still growing in that aspect. Yeah, he's a quality guy. But with the atmosphere, of our football, I don't think he will thrive. Eric will not thrive. Does it look to you, Samuel, that Eric is in control of his team and doesn't have players imposed on him? Does that look to you?
Well, most of the times when he selects his team, right, it looks as if, okay, he was being directed to like start this set of people, and then later on he just tries to switch it up. But I don't totally think that he doesn't have control. I think he doesn't just know. I feel he has too much quality on the team, and he doesn't know how to manage them.
This is a sarcastic. I don't think so. I don't think he has control. And now look at the chanting. You look at the chanting.
I saw the chanting like
that were disgraceful and lost woefully to Sudan.
Yes.
Sudan is side without a league for over a year, war-torn side, beating Nigeria 4-0. My brother, he doesn't have control of the team.
That's for the chanting now.
Yes, and you know one thing with Nigeria, I don't know if we don't think. Every day we say we are traveling out, we do this, we do that. You go, the things that we see outside, why don't we bring them here? Why don't we think? Why don't we don't think yet? Someone would sit down there and say, yes, he's saying this because of this and that. No, it is what I see. It's what I've observed. I go to training grounds. I follow teams, you know, and I've seen this. I've seen these things. You understand me? The guy doesn't have it when it comes to control. Players are being imposed on him. People will say, yes, he has to prove it. Prove what? It's there written ABC that this guy doesn't have control.
Well, that's a serious concern, and then a serious conversation that we are still going to look into more vividly, and then know if he actually has control or not. But let's move away from the Super Eagles and NFF and, you know, every other thing happening. Let's talk quickly around still World Cup qualifiers, where Thomas Tuchel, that's former Chelsea coach, names England stars he's most happy with after their 5-0 win over Serbia. England manager Thomas has said he was very happy with Nuno Madueke's attitude in the Three Lions 5-0 win over Serbia. However, the German tactician said the English winger needed to be more focused. Madueke scored England's second goal in the 35th minute with captain Harry Kane, Eric Zakonsa and Maguire they were also on the score sheet, and also we saw Marcus Rashford coming off the bench as well to, you know, solidify the win. So looking at the Three Lions squad now and how they are going, do you think they can be a very big problem if they get to meet Spain in the World Cup?
England have always been there or thereabout, you know, where you call them perennial underachievers. In the last few years, they've tried to bridge the gap to try and win. They've lost in 2 finals that I know. But I believe with Tuchel at the helm, he's got a Midas touch. Maybe luck will shine and he can win. He's a champion already, you know, European champion with Chelsea, having lost with PSG in the final. He righted it by winning with Chelsea. He's a big coach. You understand me? He's an emotional guy too. He understands the English setup very well. They followed this 5-0 spanking of Serbia, you know, after an underwhelming performance, you know, in the previous qualifier where they won 2-0, but it was underwhelming. You know, teams are still winning 2-0, but they are calling it underwhelming. They tell me one win we have had 2-0 in our own qualification series, you know, with this 5-0 win is a good one for them. Seeing Marcus Rashford there put the icing on the cake too was good, because he's come under criticism, you know, in Barcelona
and also from Manchester United, and then he looked at
his Manchester United chapter is over. Albeit on loan is over, but going into Barcelona now, he's found out that Manchester United is even mild. You know, in Barca, you even play well and score goals, and you still get a lot of brickbats because it's a place where people just criticize you. You know, so he's not up to it. When it comes to the Yamals, the Rafinhas, and the Lewandowski, Marcus has still got to do better consistently. Week in, week out, before fans could begin to buy into you. That's Barcelona and Real Madrid for you. That's the standard they have set, and you cannot come in and change that. So England did well. They did well on the night, and let's hope that they can continue in this form. You know, you talked about their meeting with Spain. It's always the blood and thunder affair when these two come up against each other, but of course Spain has got the superior quality. Spain spanked the team, I think Turkey 6-0, and the Turkey players were crying on the field. It was so emotional towards that. You know, men were crying after being beaten by other men.
A very young squad of the Spanish side. So we'll just see how you know, this will pan out, and if the Super Eagles would be able to luckily, and that would be like passing an elephant through the eye of the needle, if the Super Eagles get to miraculously this time around qualify for the World Cup, it's actually going to be a shame for these guys if they don't qualify, because looking at their age
let me use a quote here. It will be easier for the elephant to pass through the eye of a needle, or a camel to pass through the eye of a needle, and for the Super Eagles to qualify for the World Cup. This is it. You need to look at who is ahead of you first before the next person. Ahead of the Super Eagles right now, in that pecking order, is Benin Republic, and not even South Africa. So let's bring down Benin Republic first. It's the same thing in politics. You cannot be chasing let me call it, you cannot be chasing APC, who is first, and PDP is second. And you say you're chasing... Is
PDP even second?
No, judging from the results of the last presidential election, there was a wild goose chase. Meanwhile, the person in second, you were not close to the person, and you were chasing the person in first.
Which is something very concerning. Well, we'll see how all of those pan out, and this is how much time will permit us to take on today's edition of Talk Sport. I want to say a very big thank you to King David, a sports journalist.
Many thanks, please. Next time you could afford me more time so that I express myself.
We'll express myself more. All right, this is how much time will permit us to take, and then I'll bring you a quick highlight between Ecuador and Argentina, as Ecuador edged over Argentina last night, 1-0. Here's the highlight. I'll see you again as we talk more sport. I am Samuel Odi. Bye for now.